Welcome to the 2018-2019 course selection process. You are the future and your effort and work is important. So what is your path going to be? Every student should have received a course card planning sheet. Please read the front carefully and make sure to fill it out completely. Take note of the high school graduation requirements and the test scores on the bottom. On the back of the planning sheet, you'll find a list of the core classes and the electives that we're going to be offering next year. Please look carefully as there are several new classes that we will be offering. Additional information can be found on the JWMHS website. There you will find a course directory with brief course descriptions and prerequisites, as well as applications for special programs and course sequences for core classes to help guide you through this process. Every student must satisfy the virtual education requirement before graduating high school. If a student chooses to take it along in the school year, he or she will be able to do so in our on-campus eSchool lab. If students have daily transportation, they may opt to take their online class at home. These students will have an off-campus eSchool placeholder at the beginning or the end of their schedule and must be off-campus every day during their designated period. Students cannot go to the media center, the learning lab, or to another teacher's classroom to work on their eSchool class. Students who have to wait for a ride must do so on the benches in front of the school. Please remember that the virtual education requirement is one course. There are many courses that can be completed over the summer or as a seventh class outside of the school day. Be careful when choosing the class to complete, as it must be one course. There are some courses that are only one segment, one semester, and others that are two segments or a full year. If you choose to do a full year course, you must complete both segments to satisfy the requirement. Students who wish to take an advanced placement class have the potential to receive college credit at the end of the year, depending on the score they receive on the national AP exam. The exam is given in May and is free to students, unless they require a late exam or are absent on the test day. Students must meet all expectations for an AP class. This includes completing all summer work, completing all assignments, participating in classes daily, and most importantly, seeking extra help if needed. Please talk to the current AP teachers to know what is expected of a student in their class. It's important that you realize that a schedule change out of an AP class has its own procedure, as a student is not allowed to drop an AP class until the end of the first quarter. In order for a schedule change to be considered, a parent-teacher conference must be set up to discuss the issue. A plan for success will then be put into place for a minimum of 2 weeks. Please do not wait until the end of the quarter to seek help, as a schedule change cannot occur after the first week after the first quarter report cards are distributed. So ask yourself, are you ready for the commitment? Students have the opportunity to earn college credit through dual enrollment classes. As 11th graders next year, you'll be able to take up to 16 DE credits through a combination of DE classes on our campus or off campus, either at PHSE or online through PHSE. Please remember that students must abide by the add-drop dates of PHSC, which are different than the Pasco County deadlines. Once a class meets, if a student wants to drop a DE class, he or she will receive a W on their college transcript. Also remember that by taking a DE class, students are creating their college GPA, which will be factored into their college application process after high school. Students who wish to take a DE class must meet certain requirements. The first is that you have to have at least a 3.0 unweighted cumulative GPA. Once enrolled in a DE class, you must maintain a minimum of a 2.0 in all your DE classes in order to remain eligible. Failure to do so will result in you being ineligible for any DE courses for the remainder of your high school career. Students must meet certain requirements for test scores as well, in 3 areas depending on what class they're taking. Scores are listed on the bottom of the planning sheet. If you need to test, please see Ms. Gaydosh in orange guidance to sign up no later than February 13th. Testing will be held in the Media Center on February 20th at 8:30 a.m. Please know that you must sign up, as we have to submit a username and password for each student the week prior to testing. Students must take all 3 sections, and the cost is $5. If you only need one section, it's $2 per section. If you are interested, you can start DE early by taking up to 8 credits this summer. Please check with Ms. Gaydosh, listen for DE announcements at school, and follow us on Twitter for updates and deadlines. Summer courses are usually posted the end of March, 1st of April on the PHSC website. We have 2 academies here at JWMHS. The first is the Academy for Medical Arts, which accepts qualified applicants at the end of the 9th grade year. Once inducted, you must be an active member of HOSA, our Medical Academy Club, and complete certain medical-related community service hours. Through the AMA program, students will have the ability to earn 2 certifications prior to high school graduation, the CMAA and either the EMR or the CNA certification, depending on which route they take. The other academy we have is the Business Technology Academy. There are now 3 pathways that a student can follow. New this coming year will be a 2D and 3D game and simulation development class as part of our gaming and graphic design track. Also new will be the film and motion graphics track that will be included as a sequence for TV news production or a sequence for movie and film production. All programs will lead to industry certification, so please make sure you talk to our business teachers to find out more about the classes and see the descriptions in our course directory. The bands of JWMHS is a sight to see on the field or in the stands cheering on our Mustangs. All band students commit to the co-curricular format where there are mandatory performances and competitions outside of the school day. There is a financial requirement for band as well, but there are multiple fundraising opportunities available as well as scholarships to help offset the cost. Students in jazz band must also be in a band class. It's possible that students in band or jazz will have to rent an instrument from outside of school. Besides band and jazz, we also offer chorus, piano, and orchestra. Students can also participate in our band through the Eurythmics class. Here, students dance and spin the flag, rifle, and saber to create visuals to go along with the band show and stands tunes. After marching season, the Guard competes on the weekend in Winter Guard competitions. By taking band or Eurythmics, students will earn half of a PE credit, so they will only have to take personal fitness online to satisfy the HOPE requirement. JWMHS is also known in the community for its award-winning ROTC unit. Although every year there are several graduates that enlist in the military, there is no military obligation to participate in ROTC. The ROTC program competes in several competitions throughout the year, including drill, rifle, orienteering, academic, and athletics. There are several field trips that ROTC goes on throughout the year as well as helping out in the community as needed. 2 years of ROTC satisfies both the HOPE requirement and the Fine Arts requirement. Students interested in ROTC need to submit an application with a teacher recommendation. JWMHS is the first school in Pasco County to offer the AP Capstone Diploma. The College Board created the program to compete with the IB and Cambridge programs. Students who complete the program get a leg up on their application, showing that they're prepared for the rigors of research and writing in college. To earn the diploma on top of your standard high school diploma, students have to pass the AP exams for 4 AP classes of their choice, as well as the exams for seminar and research. Students interested in the AP Capstone program need to commit to the 2-year program and submit an application. It is recommended that 9th graders have taken AP Human Geography and 10th graders take AP World History, as well as English Honors, to prepare for the rigor of capstone. If your path is leading you to a 4-year college or university in the state of Florida, we suggest you look at the State University System Matrix on our website. This document is produced each year in the spring and shows the demographics of the students accepted for the previous fall. Take note of the standardized test scores and GPA listed for each school. Many colleges and universities actually recalculate your GPA based on your core classes and only a few electives. They don't use your regular high school GPA. It's important to keep in mind the matrix when setting your academic goals and using it as a conversation piece when you start visiting college campuses. It's always best to check with each school's admissions office to see what specific courses they recommend for college entrance. The minimum university requirements are listed here as well as on the bottom of your planning sheet. Please notice that foreign language is only required for immediate entrance to a 4-year college or university, and not for high school graduation. Besides academics, colleges also look at the type of classes you take, as well as your test scores, your extracurricular activities, your leadership, and service. Colleges really are looking for that well-rounded student. On top of the standard high school diploma, students have the option to work towards 2 distinctions. There's a handout on our website that explains the requirements for each. However, the scholar distinction requires the student to pass all of the EOCs they take, 2 years of the same foreign language, as well as 1 AP or DE class. The merit distinction requires the student to earn an industry certification. The designation is determined at the end of the senior year based on what the student has completed. The most important thing to think about when deciding what classes to take is, what are your goals? Have those conversations with your parents, teachers, and counselor, and let them help guide you. Don't forget the information on the school website to help you make the best decision to help meet your goals. Miss Chamberlain is the CRC is also another great resource. She can help you discover a path for your future, but ultimately, you are the one who will be doing the work, so you have to be willing to commit to your schedule. Teachers in the core classes will be making recommendations via the course planning sheets. If a student and their parent disagrees with a recommendation, a parent-teacher conference will need to be scheduled to discuss proper placement and potentially receive a waiver. At that time, if there is still a disagreement regarding class placement, a waiver will be given. Students will need to select the course that their teacher recommends until the parent-teacher conference is held. Please remember that the space we have available in classes is a direct result of what classes you pick now. The process is the backbone to building the master schedule. Please choose your classes carefully, keeping in mind your specific graduation requirements and goals. There is usually very little wiggle room when it comes to schedule changes, and they will be prioritized based on the criteria listed here. Success in high school begins with you. You are the one who's going to be doing the work, taking the test, and completing the projects. Make sure you know your limits, taking into account your extracurricular activities and even your work schedules. Make sure you're putting in 100% into each class all of the time. Seek extra help when needed. Find a way to get involved, whether it be clubs, sports, or even organizations. Keep detailed records of your community service hours and turn them into your counselor regularly. Completed course cards are due to your English teacher on Thursday, February 2nd with signatures for all core classes. Make sure that you list plenty of alternates that you're willing to take. Again, our master schedule is created based on what you select. We will be unable to meet with each student individually prior to the course request entry into My Student. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact Ms. Gadosh or Mrs. Bell via email or talk to a counselor or AP in person January 29th through the 31st in the cafeteria during all lunches. Our course registration parent night is January 24th at 6 p.m. in the gym. Besides our website is the best time to find out more about the classes and find out what the best path is for you. As always, the best way to stay informed is to connect with us. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook, as well as checking our website for current information. There are plenty of people who can help answer your questions. The Wendell Crinn Technical High School will be coming on Wednesday, January 17th to give short presentations about the new technical high school. Interested students can apply now until February 8th to the school, which will allow students to explore 14 different college and career pathways. This includes air conditioning, refrigeration and heating, applied cybersecurity, automotive collision technology, automotive maintenance and light repair, biomedical, commercial art technology, commercial food and culinary arts, computer systems and information technology, cosmetology, digital cinema production, electricity, outboard marine service technology, robotics, and welding technology. The technical high school will offer a wide variety of AP and DE classes as well. Students will also have transportation from their zone school and will be able to participate in athletics after school at their zone school.
I think what's really important for people to realize is this is not going to be your traditional technical high school. That the opportunities that are going to exist at this school are for every student, whether it be a student who's ready to go straight out into the workforce or someone who's ready to go to a 2 year or a 4 year university. One example is the biomedical program. And so if you take a look at this program, you're going to see on here that the students are all going to take their core classes, and actually we have them available at the highest of levels so that students can get dual enrollment credits, they can get AP classes, they can get all those pieces to help give them a lot of the college already done and paid for right here in their high school. Then when you look at the end in the last class of ninth and 10th grade, the last three classes of 11th and 12th, that's where you see the real meat of the career program where they're going to get certifications and credentials. Students at no other high school get the opportunity to take 8 classes in the area that they're interested in. Biomedical, this will be the only school that offers it. With that 8 classes the students will take, not only are they going to walk away with their high school diploma ready to go to a 4 year university, but they're also going to have certifications and credentials in biomedical sciences as well as medical technician. With that, a student who wants to go on to a post-secondary program, if they are compared their resume, their high school diploma, with a biomedical certification and a medical technician certification credential, compared to someone who has a regular high school diploma, who are they going to pick if they want to go into the medical field? The person with those extra certifications and credentials in the medical field. On top of that, if a student needed to take a side job while they're in college, wouldn't it be better to make $20+ an hour in a hospital or a medical area in their area of interest rather than $8 an hour at a fast food industry or grocery store? This is an opportunity for all students, particularly for students who want to go on to 4 year universities, because it will open up so many more doors for them and give them such a great diverse background. No matter what program a student picks, whether it be the HVAC, automotive, any of those programs, all of them will have those core classes for high school, as well as that preparation to get into a 4 year university. So when you look at them, we do have some different options that are available depending on the program of study a student selects. If they pick electricity, physics is the science that we have involved in there because we want to make sure it relates to your area of focus, what it is that you need to have knowledge in to be successful in that career or industry. So each one has a scripted program, but all of them will get you ready for post-secondary schooling, including that of a 4 year university. One of the other great things about this school is it is going to be a small school, only 150 students at each grade level, and all of those students are electing to come here. They're all applying. It's a school of choice. So in those classes, it's going to be all students who want to be here, are academic focused, wanting to have these career opportunities. So when you're in that classroom, there probably won't be those disruptive students that take away from the learning. You're going to have a great environment and a wonderful atmosphere because everybody wants to be here. There's no other school where they're going to be able to take 29 credits. They'll be able to have more college paid for than any other high school that is available. They will be able to walk out of this school with certifications and credentials, and they'll be engaged and interested in their schooling each and every day. It's just an exciting opportunity for our students.
If you want additional information on the technical high school, there are a few parent informational sessions. January 17th will be at 5A High School at 6:30 p.m. And on February 1st, they'll have one at Marchman Technical College at 6:30 p.m. Thank you for your attention. Don't forget to come to Parent U on January 24th and check the website for additional information. So I leave you with this. How are you going to make sure excellence never stops during the 2018-2019 school year?